Yo guys, the Busy Works Beats AI mastering just got even better. I'm working on version 6 and my number one goal now is to beat out the past version. I'm not going to release a new version until it beats out the past version. So what I'm going to show you guys is the significant sound quality and difference. Okay, so firstly, let's just start off with the nature of what the plugin actually does. So the plugin is built specifically for making your stuff loud, full, and wide. Okay, and basically taking it from not having dimension to adding dimension. So let's go all the way back to our first track. And this one is called, we're going to start off with the Suno stuff and then we're going to work into human music and just show you guys different genres. Okay. So here's the original dance music made by AI. The reason we did this is because I don't make dance music a lot. So here's the original. And then we're going to switch it over to the Busy Works Beats AI Mastering 6. Alright, now we're going to switch back and forth between the two. Alright, so here's the original. Here's Busy Works Beats AI Mastering 6. Original.
Touching my skin, feel you through every single touch. Trusting your pen, writing my love story ever much deep in my skin. Feeling that has never risen up, one in a million.
All right, so that's the first song. So what we're going to do is start from scratch. So what I did was I turned the original back to 0 dB so that we're not just fooled by meters. All right, and then what we're going to do is initialize this just to show you guys how this works from scratch. So what we're going to do is go to the second track, and I've added a new feature. Let me switch over. So many buttons I got to press. Okay, here's the unmastered version. So what we're going to do is hit this AI master button, and what this will do is we've added a new stage in here to where it will help you guys gain stage into the plugin. Most people were slamming their music into the plugin and it doesn't work optimally when everything's just slammed into it. You need headroom. So what we're going to do, what it's going to do, you want to find the loudest part of your song. So we want to find where the drums come in, right around here. Actually, it probably gets louder around here. Yeah, this is probably the loudest part. And then you want to hit AI Master. It will read the music. It will listen to the levels. It will calculate the headroom it needs. So it's 2 stages. So it does take a little bit longer because it's calculating the headroom. And it will auto set the knobs for you guys. So before it would only touch the loud knob because I figured most people, they're going to mess up the other stuff. So I didn't touch the other stuff. But now I have it set to where it does mess with the dynamics. It does increase the width for you guys. It does increase the bass for you guys. So you don't have to think about anything. You just click one button, the AI master button, and it will enhance the song for you. Now we're still working on perfect ratios. So this is the final frontier. I'm going to be releasing this on Friday, tomorrow. May 15th, 2026. And the final frontier for me is just dialing in the perfect settings that work across all the genres. Something we've added here is a drop down for the genre. So here we targeted hip hop, but let's switch this to EDM, for example, and then let's hit initialize. Let's switch it back to EDM mode and then hit the AI master function. And now it will calculate a different style based on the loudness target.
Touching my skin, feel you through every single touch. Trusting your pen, writing my love.
All right, so what we're gonna do without even touching it, let's compare the original at 0 dB and the new version at 0 dB. Here's the original. Now switch.
Touching my skin, feel you through every single touch. Trusting your
And again, if it overshoots, which my goal is to get it to where you guys won't have to tweak any knobs, but if it does overshoot, let's say you want less dynamics, you could pull this down. If you want less bass, pull that down. If you want less mid focus, just pull this down. So here's before. Here's after.
Touching my skin, feel you through every single touch. Trusting your pen, right?
Here's before.
My love story ever much deep in my skin.
Here's after.
Feeling that has never risen up, one in a million. You're so unique, you fill me up.
All right, now let's move to a different genre, and let's go over to the underground style. So you may think that underground just needs Fruity Soft Clipper and Fruity Wave Shaper, maybe for some tracks, but I've even made this to where it could work on these genres that aren't really meant to be touched, like underground, for example. So here's the original. And let's switch over to the BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering. Here's the original. And what we're going to do is start by hitting init and then go back to the AI master button. So again, we want to find the loudest part of the song. The new plugin will auto level for you guys, so you don't have to worry about gain staging into it anymore. So let's hit AI master. Right now it's reading the song, calculating the headroom. And now it's applying the actual different algorithms. Alright, now it's AB just the default settings. So here's before. Here's after. So we're adding dynamics and dimension to a song, or to a genre, I should say, that you wouldn't think you could add dimension and dynamics to, which is that very squared off type of sound. So if we can do it on this genre, we can do it on pretty much any genre. So again, the final tweaks I'm making before this weekend is just finding the sweet spot to when you guys hit AI Master, it will give you the perfect results or near perfect for almost every genre. So that's where I'm. All right, so now let's move to another genre here. Let's try more of a Philly drill style.
Rip.
So here's the original.
Man, yeah. I'm so damn fire right now, nigga.
And this is set to 0 dB.
Yeah. Like the Ghostbusters in this motherfucker. Yeah. I said if they wanna boost, they gotta get with me.
Let's switch over to the BusyWorks Beats Mastering.
Cokesville, call it Rip City. RP on a T, leaving wet witty. Yep, throw him in the ocean like he wet willies.
So again, the original.
They don't know all this money that we counting, fam. Count up 100 from 100,000 kilograms.
This is where the actual peak is 0 dB.
Pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram.
Alright, let's switch to BusyWorks Beats Mastering.
Sturdy, hella wordy, a rapper. Yo, fuck around, I ain't playing, it's not no candy rapper. Nope. Shit. Call him the strapper. Call him the clapper. Call him a pastor. I told them they don't want no beef with me. Nah, I'm the chef in the kitchen cooking heat with me now. RP, Rip City. RP. Throw up the 610, nigga, and get with me.
So even on these genres where it's like super gappy in terms of dynamic and not super loud throughout the entire song, it still creates this even fullness to the song. Okay, so let's go to this West Coast track. Here's the original. Now I'll switch over to the VisiWorks Beats mastering.
Charlie is active. Charlie is active.
Here's the original. And again, these are all set to 0 dB max. This one's actually clipping a little bit. Here's the master version. All right, so I'm just showing you guys different genres. Next, let's move over to New York hip hop. And then what we're going to do at the end of the video is a blind test, and we're also going to compare version 5 versus version 6 in a blind test. So I'm going to pick the song that I want to compare. Here's the before. And I'll switch over to the VisiWorks Beats mastering.
Hit me on the stairs, cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. There's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
50 cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had to serve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains.
Here's the original.
Ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. The goal is
the master version.
Propane, just to maintain, just to get up in the dope game for the same cane.
Tell me that you love me. Call me the bigger bill, and when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set.
So much dimension, so much clarity, so much fullness, and it's not overly loud to where it's like you can't understand the words. All right, now let's go back to the rock. Now this one is a Suno AI generated song. So this is the original.
Shooting stars, where you are.
So very thin, very noisy. Now let's switch it over to the AI mastering.
Supernatural feeling, sexual healing.
Back to the original. Here's the original.
Shooting stars,
Switch it back to VisiWorks Beats.
where you are. Shooting stars.
Now there's still a little like harshness, so I've redone the clean knob to where it's a little more gentle and more straightforward. So all we got to do is either hit auto clean and it will clean it for you guys, or you could just turn up the clean knob.
Shooting stars.
So like I said, it's more forgiving now. Before, when you turn the knob up, it was just, there was a sacrifice in the actual loudness. So now I've made it to where it's very gentle, but it does the job. Okay, so you guys can really crank the clean knob on stuff like AI music, for example, or older samples. So again, here's the original.
Shooting stars,
Let's switch over.
where you are. Supernatural feeling, sexual healing. Shooting stars.
All right, here's the original.
Where you are.
I'll switch it back.
Shooting stars, where you are.
It makes AI music sound real, and that was my initial intent, was how do we clean up AI music to get rid of the harshness? That's where this plugin started months and months ago, however long this project started. It started with, how do I clean up AI music? That's what the clean knob came from. Then I said, how do I make the AI music more full? That's where the bass knob came from. Then I said, let's make the AI music loud, and that's where the loud knob came from. Then I said, okay, well, AI music tends to well, not AI music. At this point, I was dealing with music, human music and AI music. And I said, how do we get them to both sound bigger? And I added a wide knob. And then the new additions are the dynamic knobs. And I've added 2 micro knobs to the macro knob here called mid focus and turbo. So if you guys really want to go loud, turn these additional knobs up. There's no need to, again, master these settings because we have the AI master tool. We'll do it for you guys. Okay, so let's just go over to the last example, and then we're going to start A-Bing and doing blind test here. So here's before on the Chicago Kanye style. Now let's switch on the Busy Works Beats AI mastering.
Want you to stay.
Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by. The homie saw the 8 ball, just to get by. So tell me what you waiting for, just to get by. When you maxed out your credit, already hit the limit and you can't keep spending. Just to get by, just to get by.
Let's switch. Here's the original.
Just to get by, just to get by. When you can't stop spinning and the world stops spinning and your girl stops grinning. Just to get by. When your friends keep calling but you really ain't ballin', so you just wanna call it. Just to get by. When parlays ain't hitting and your stocks keep dipping but you smile like you winning. Just to get by. When they hate new religion, cheers to the new beginning and celebrate your
Switch back to the original. Here's the original.
Just to get by, just to get by, just to get by.
And then back to the Busy Works Beats.
Just to get by, 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 just to get by.
All right, now I think what we're gonna do is do a blind test for, I'm trying to think of a song that's kind of universally, I think the Skrilla song might be the good one because it's so dynamic in terms of peaks. It's not like a linear song. So let's move over to the Philly Drill one and let's go to Skrilla. And what we're gonna do is move all these other tabs to the inactive area so that we can just blind test just the Skrilla one. So we're listening to the original right now. Let's move this up to the top.
They don't know all this money that we counting, fam. Count up 100 from 100.
All right, so now we have only the Skrilla and the version 6.
Ghostbusters in this motherfucker.
Now, what I'm also going to do for this test, we might as well do 2 in 1, is not only just listen to the before and after, but we're going to create another duplicate. I'm going to leave it at its original levels, and we're going to make this unique. We're going to send it to a channel. Let's hit Control L, and let's call this BusyWorks Beats AI Mastering 5. Okay, because my #1 goal is to beat out my past versions of the plugin. So that's once we pass the benchmark of passing Ozone and passing the AI mastering tools online and passing all the, Waves mastering, BandLab, Aria mastering, Lander. I said Waves, Ozone. We tested against Brainworks Master Desk, IK Multimedia, Master Plan, and I forgot what else we tested against. There's probably one more I'm forgetting. And just simply the FL Studio Emphasizer and the Fruity Soft Clipper. So we've already beat those targets. Now my own target is myself, version 5. So the whole goal now is to beat version 5 before we release version 6. So I'm basically tweaking the final parameters here. So what we're gonna do is run this through. Now we gotta add this plugin called Halfa for You Blind Test. So now we have BusyWorks Beats Mastering 5, version 6, and then the original. So what I'm gonna do now is solo 5 and have it do the same thing, which is auto master. But before we do this, we have to find the loudest portion of the song. So let's find it. It's right here. Let's highlight this.
Rip City.
And then we're gonna hit the AI master tool. Now this is the older AI mastering system where it wouldn't level gain stage for you guys. So here we're gonna hit it.
Rip City. RP on a T, leaving Rip City. RP on a T, leaving Rip City. RP on a T, leaving Rip City. RP on a.
So I do feel dimension and weight to the song. That's definitely a characteristic of version 5. That was the new kind of thing that we discovered on version 5 was that density and that dimension and clarity. That was what version 5 was all about. Version 6 is about loudness. Version 6 is like, how do we take that density and clarity, but make it still feel like it's taller and just louder and in your face. So I figured that out. So now what we're gonna do is shuffle these 3. and we're just going to cycle between them. We can't tell what is what. As long as we close the mixer out, we won't be able to tell.
Rip City.
So I'm just going to hit the arrows and just go through each one.
Rip City.
Just got to unlink that. Let's go back. And let me just loop this track so that we can kind of hear this on repeat without it going blank. Okay, so basically we can't tell which track is which here.
Rip.
And I'll reshuffle just so people can understand. Okay, let's reshuffle.
Rip. Man, I'm so damn fire right now, nigga.
And what I'm going to do is leave notes as we listen back.
The Ghostbusters in this motherfucker. I said if they want to boost, they gotta get with me.
It's definitely the original. It's very flat.
Cokesville, call it Rip City. RP on a T, leaving wet witty. Yep, throw him in the ocean like he wet willy. Splash. They don't know all this money that we counting, fam. Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram. Who needed it? All I know is sturdy, hella wordy, a rapper. Fuck around, I ain't playing, it's not no candy rapper. Nope. Shit.
Yeah, this one's
Call him
heavier.
the strapper.
This one here is
Call
heavier.
him the clapper. Call him a pastor. I told him they don't want no beef with me. Nah, I'm the chef in the kitchen cooking heat with me now. RP, Rip City. RP. Throw up the 610, nigga, and get with me, nigga. I'm all about cheese now. Speak Guapanese now. 100 in the G's round. Stash in a location or turn the internet, Instagram, everything off. Tossed. You don't want war with this nigga. Beef with me is like going to war with a nigga. You might as well call your whole team to go war with a nigga, cause you cannot last in another war with a nigga. Oh, real shit. Rip City. Don't even try, nigga. RP, nigga. Ahead of time, nigga. Hit the DM to get with me, mother. Rip City, motherfucker.
All right, let's reveal the tracks and see which one is which. So I can clearly hear the priority difference. Version 5 has a depth and a dimension that's focused only on the bass. But the issue is when you go to other genres, they don't always need that attention on the density and dimension of the bass. So it doesn't apply to all the genres. Version 6, I don't know why my notes are covered up, but version 6 is more, I'll say lightweight, because we're not prioritizing the heavier part of the song, but it's more in your face. It has clarity and it's wide. So I can hear that difference. And let me pull up the test again. Let's see if we can tell one more time. And then we're going to switch this genre.
Man, I'm so damn fire right now, nigga.
So the quieter one is the original, clearly.
I said if they want to boost, they gotta get with me, nigga. Cokesville, call it Rip City. RP on a T, leaving wet witty. Yep, throw him in the ocean like he wet willy. Splash. They don't know all this money that we counting, fam. Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram. Who needed it? All I know is sturdy, hella wordy, a rapper. Fuck around, I ain't playing, it's not no candy rapper. Nope.
So I can clearly tell now there's certain characteristics between 5 and 6. 5 again is very heavy, because that was when I first initially found a way to add dimension and weight. So once we added that on 5, I almost overly focused on dimension and weight, and it is a good feature. However, it doesn't translate to every single genre. So this newer approach gives us a wider, brighter sound. It is a little not as heavy, I'll say, but let me show you guys how to add the weight to the track. So let's go to version 6. There's a new tab here called Turbo. So if you guys want to add weight, you can mess with the bass and then mess with the turbo knob. So let me show you guys what it sounds like.
Man, I'm so damn fire right now, nigga. Like the Ghostbusters in this motherfucker, man. I said if they want to boost, they gotta get with me, nigga. Cokesville, call it Rip City. RP on a T, leaving wet witty. Yep, throw him in the ocean like he wet willy. Splash. They don't know all this money that we counting, fam.
All right, so now when we go to shuffle these, it will be very clearly obvious which one is 6 and which one is 5. Because now that I've added the same characteristics as 5, we're going to hear the actual difference between 5 and 6. So there is, some micro tweaking to be done, but luckily I've put everything on the front panel so you guys don't have to do menu diving and figure out all these little nuances. You shouldn't even have to go into the settings and all the tabs. Unless you really are sound designing, you shouldn't have to go in those tabs. That's how the plugin's built. So basically what we're listening for is the actual difference now. So here's the original.
Man, I'm so damn fire right now, nigga. Yeah, like the Ghostbusters in this motherfucker, man. I said if they wanna boost, they gotta get with me, nigga.
Here's version 5.
Cokesville, call it Rip City. RP on a T, leaving wet witty. Yep, throw him in the ocean like he wet willies. Splash. They don't know all this money that we counting, fam. Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another
So
gram.
for this one, I already know this is version 6. I'm just gonna pull back on the turbo.
Man, I'm so damn fire. Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram.
So let's say there's some tones you guys don't like. Here's where we're gonna mess with the clean knob to deal with some of those heavier resonances. And again, on the newer version, this is really it's more precise, I'll say, and less kind of aggressive on the sound. So basically you can be more what's the word I'm looking for? Free-handed, I guess, is another word I'm looking for with the clean knob.
Count up 100 from 100,000.
The clean knob is more forgiving. That's the word I'm looking for. So now we can crank this.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram.
And this will fix any mix. I can't say any. It will fix the most glaring mix errors, okay, in the top end of your mix, so that it will be a little more smooth going into the plugin. So when the plugin works, it's not trying to exaggerate bad frequencies.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram. Who needed it? All I know is sturdy, hella wordy, a rapper. Fuck around, I ain't playing, it's not no candy rapper. Nope. Shit. Call him the strapper. Call him the clapper. Call him a pastor. I told him they don't want no beef with me. Nah, I'm the chef in
So if you listen to version 5, it's very subtle because I've been listening to these songs forever and I can hear the differences, but there's a lift in loudness, a lift in energy from version 5 to 6.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram.
It's almost like 2 times louder.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram.
Because now I focused on more of the mid region where the Fletcher-Munson curve shows us that we're more sensitive to the frequencies from about 500 to 5K. Before I was focusing on the clarity from like 500 to 100, and we got that down, but I didn't really focus on the 500 to 5K as much. So that's what version 6 is all about, is just introducing that midsection control that's very nuanced.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on.
So night and day loudness difference.
Count up 100 from 100,000 kilogram. I need another picture, pick the block, I'm on the gram. Hit me on the DM, nigga, I can get you another gram.
All right, so that's why I want to compare my stuff to my older versions to show you guys it's making a dramatic difference. It's not like a little thing here or there. And I'm going to keep pushing this, the next version to see if I can go beyond version 6. And we're getting to the point where it's like, how do we beat the last version? So that's a good thing, in my opinion. We're approaching perfection, if you will. So now, is this plugin going to basically clean up everything that's wrong about your recording? Not necessarily. It's not built to just work magic on a poor recording. It's meant to exaggerate and enhance what is there, however. So let's go to a different genre. All right, so now we're going to do a song that's a little more subtle in terms of the loudness, because it's already loud. So making it louder would just, without squashing it, is a challenge. So here's the original New York hip hop.
Leaving them bloodstains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. The goal is to blow like propane.
And then what we're gonna do is route this.
Just to get up in the dope game for the same cane. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger bill. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you
right, so it's on channel 10. Hit Control L, send it to its own channel. All right, so now we have this. Let's open up the BusyWorks Beats Mastering 5. And hopefully I labeled this correctly. Let me make sure I put the right number. Yeah, 5. Okay, so what we're gonna do is compare version 5 and 6 on this specific hip hop track. Again, because this track is more at its already loud mark, it's the challenge becomes how do we make it louder, okay, without messing stuff up. So here I'm gonna load up the Hoffa plugin. I'm showing you guys the process so you know I'm not messing with stuff. All right. Another thing before we even go into version 5 is I'm going to make sure this actually, let's leave the original volume. Okay, so what we're going to do on version 5 is click it open and click AI Master. The whole song is pretty much the same level, so let's hit AI Master.
And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit.
So we're gonna leave that one there. Now let's go to version 6.
Tell me that you love me.
We're gonna do the same exact thing, start from scratch, and then hit AI Master.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta
So this takes a little more time because of it calculating the headroom. So that was the headroom change, and then now it's gonna apply the AI mastering. All right, now what we're gonna do is do a blind test between these. All right, so let's go back. And this is how I test my own plugins to make sure I'm improving. Okay, and make sure there's an actual difference and I'm not just telling you guys it's version 6 without there actually being a dramatic change in version 6. All right, so now we're gonna shuffle these and try to decipher the parts of each one.
Just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
Oh wait, one track is muted, so I gotta fix this, guys. Give me a sec. I bet. All right, so we gotta reshuffle because I forgot to unmute that. So let's shuffle again.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger
This is the original.
When you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
50 cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had deserve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. But the goal is to blow like propane, just to maintain, just to get up in the dope game for the same cane.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
Here's the original.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
All right, run it from the top.
Love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much to get out here to feel sorry for
50
yourself.
cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had deserve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen.
Now we can still go back and do things with version 6. So let's say we think it's too wide.
Tell me that you love me, call me the
We can just pull in the width.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with.
All right, so I pull back some of the parameters for this song.
Call me the bigger veil. And when you
Let's do a
gotta
reshuffle.
just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
All right, I can very clearly hear the difference.
Just hit me on the set. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much to get out here to feel sorry for
50
yourself.
cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had deserve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. But the goal is to blow like propane, just to maintain, just to get up in the dope game for the same cane.
Now this one, is version 6, but I should have left it at the default because I have to compensate. So basically, let's do this one more time. I like version 6, the width. I like version 5 in the fact that it's just clear. However, we're losing loudness on version 5. So let me find version 6, and then we're going to do the same exact thing. Start from scratch and then hit AI master. Oh, also we got to set the genre with this drop down to make sure it's hip hop.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself.
So the reason I'm redoing this is because I messed up the ratio of whatever was going on. That's why I just have this system set up to where it turns all the knobs for you in the proper ratio.
Baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much.
Because once I tweaked one thing, it just offset the other stuff. So let's go back to version
Tell
5.
me that you love me.
And let's do a AI master.
Tell me that you love me. Call me the bigger
So this
veil.
one keeps that vocal right in the center. It doesn't really deal with the side image as much,
Just when it come to money, baby, I swim with the
at least from the
whales.
AI master mode.
Myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love
Now the shuffle.
Tell me that you love
We got to shuffle again because my bad, I had the mixer up. So let's do this again.
me, that you love me. Call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me,
Here's the
just hit me
original.
on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. It's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
50 cent unit take over your block. Had to serve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. The goal is to blow like propane, just to maintain, just to get.
So that one, the 5 came out brighter, funny enough. Okay, and the 6 came out just with the clarity and the loudness. So what I'm going to show you guys is
Tell me that,
how to tweak this stuff real quick. Let's go to version 5.
tell me that you,
Version 6, pardon me. Let's go to version 6.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
And I'll show you guys the new button. So there's a clean mode. This is way more, I'll say subtle. It's not as aggressive anymore.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
This will clean up those harsh frequencies for you guys.
Tell me that
Most songs don't need this, but this is built, again, specifically to focus on AI music, but it's also applicable to human songs now.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
So it's
And when you gotta
way more subtle and straight to the point. Nextly, we have the bass knob. This is going to add, like it says, bass. Even on tracks that have bass, this won't like overly boom the track. It balances out the bass.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales.
Make it really feel that
Yeah, I'm
kick.
feeling myself, baby.
You can really feel the kick poke through in this mix now.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me,
The loud knob is, like it says, for loudness targets.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when
Now, there's a point where it gets too loud. I wouldn't recommend going past like 60%. Once you get past 60%, you're getting into territory where it's like really aggressive loudness.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
I just normally wouldn't push stuff that hard.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil.
And nextly, next to the loud knob, we have these new knobs, turbo and mid focus. So turbo is going to create just, I'll say like a loudness on steroids, basically.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim.
So it gets very, very loud. That's why I separated this knob, because I didn't want it to be just applicable to the loud knob by itself. I wanted it to have its own thing. And then nextly, we have the new mid focus. This will focus on more of the upper end frequencies.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you
And this is also an element of loudness.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger
So let's turn
veil.
that up.
And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you
Just got to be careful with the mid focus because certain songs may have resonances at that specific point. Then we have the width knob. This wide knob is for, like it says, stretching out your track.
call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit
And you got to be careful on already wide songs. So that's why a lot of the macros that I've created don't overly process your sound where it's like slamming it all the way here, because if your track's already wide, you may be losing information by just making it wider.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger.
Like this is too wide.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger.
You hear phasey sound.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit
And
me,
then we have a new dynamics mode, and this deals with the compressor on the back end to basically set it for you guys.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit
So if you want more movement, more like head bob effect, you could turn up the dynamics.
tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the stairs. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger.
All right, let's shuffle these again.
Just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. There's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
50 cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had deserve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. The goal is to blow like propane, just to maintain, just to get up in the dope game for the same cane.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger.
So definitely a clear, wide difference between that approach. And it shows that 6 was more centered and 5 was more wide. Let me see what we did on 5. So 5 was just turning up the loudness. So in that case, we didn't tweak the parameters. So it just shows that just tweaking parameters isn't always the key. All right, so like I said, the macros are built to auto do stuff for us. Let's do this one more time.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell.
And let's go to version 6. And I'm only gonna allow the macro here, the auto master.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step.
Because the ratios are just built to work.
Baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me.
And then we're gonna shuffle these tracks. So right now it's still mastering. It just gain staged. Alright, let's do one last test. And again, this will be polished by tomorrow. So this is what I'm doing on the final test, is just making sure the macro movements all work in the proper direction to be louder and clear. It's the original.
Just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. There's too much to get out here to feel sorry for
50
yourself.
cent G-Unit, take over your block. Had deserve it real low when the price was hot. Man, I effed up the re-up money, I need change. Now there's blood on the corner, we leaving them blood stains. Too much ice in my heart, my nigga, I need veins. Too much dope in the kitchen, my nigga, I need change. The goal is to blow like propane, just to maintain, just to get up in the dope game for the same cane.
Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. And yeah, I'm feeling myself, baby, if you can tell. Tell me that you love me, call me the bigger veil. And when you gotta hit me, just hit me on the step. Cause when it come to money, baby, I swim with the whales. There's too much to get out here to feel sorry for yourself.
All right, so my final frontier is just getting everything to be balanced. Version 6 will just be completely different than version 5. As we see, there's final tweaks between the side image and moving up in loudness, but then separating out the cost of dynamic and the side image, for example. So those are things that I have to process before this goes out to you guys. So I'll leave it there. But version 5 is very powerful, as you guys can hear. And the trick is, how do I beat version 5 with the version 6 every single time? So I'll be testing this through Friday, and this will be out on Friday. So I want to thank you guys. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. Just go to BusyWorksBeats.com/AI mastering to find version 6 when it's out. You guys can cop version 5. All customers and previous customers get free updates. So anytime I launch version 7, you guys will get version 7 for supporting the plugin. So I want to thank you guys. It's Game from BusyWorksBeats.com. Peace out, guys.